Hey guys, how's it going? It is such a gorgeous morning out. I have been so blessed with bugs, with beautiful weather in this garden. It's been so magical, so nice for us to get this fence done because of the weather. We were waiting to get that done because of the weather, and it cooled down. We had a couple cool days and we got the fence done. It was so nice. So since doing that and living with it for a couple days now, when we are inside the house, these obelisks right here, or these trellis or whatever you want to call them, I don't care, they have just been like glowing, and I don't love that look. I don't love this raw wood look. So the plan for today is to stain these. I have 3 of them. I've got 1, 2, and a third one right back there. So that's the plan, is to make it so that they don't just like stand out so much. I've got this stain. It's the one that we used on the front porch. I'm trying to go under this shade cloth. So it's this water-based stain and poly right here. It's like a dark mahogany color. It's called Mission Oak. And I just thought it was kind of a pretty color, and I thought that that would be nice on that. Something a little bit darker, a little more like moody almost, because the fence is black, and it just like, these things are like, you can see how it's like literally like glowing. They stand out. So it's not the vibe. It's not what we're going for. And then I need to also take down this shade cloth right here. We have it halfway down, but I need to take it down the rest of the way. So this is gonna come down. I have it halfway down. Now that the weather is starting to cool down and it's not like 115 degrees out anymore, our plants don't need this shade cloth anymore. I swear this is like a total game changer in the garden. I'll put a link to this. This is the Bootstrap system that they have. And then we just used conduit right here and made a thing that we could basically walk under. And so I'll take this all down, and then we'll be able to store it. And then next year I'll be able to use it as we need it also, which is perfect because this is cut to the right size that I need. And the last thing for today I think we're gonna do is take down this last section of this little picket fence right here. The only reason that we had this picket fence up was because Freya, when she was a puppy, she would come in here, or she would come into any of the gardens, and she would just destroy everything. So we put the picket fence up so that way she didn't destroy everything, and we actually had to do 3 railings because she could fit through. I had the top one and the bottom one, and she could fit through these, and so they're super close together, and we had to do 3 railings, which is not like the vibe on this. Like ideally it would have just been like 2 rail, but we had to do 3. So we're gonna take that little section down. I think this one right here might be concreted in, so that one might be a pain to pull out, but we're gonna pull it out anyways. And I think that's it. I think that's the plan for the day. Stain those, pull this down, and remove that. Let's get to it. Coming over here to grab my tripod, and look, my Claire Austin is blooming. This is so exciting. This is one of my favorite climbing roses I've ever grown. She's so gorgeous. The blooms seem a little bit small right now, but it could just be because it's the first bloom of the flush. But you can see all the blooms up there. So exciting. There's a couple blooms down low coming also. So here's some buds right here. My camera's having a hard time working today. No coffee, I guess. Anyways, I just saw this and had to show you guys. I don't know why it won't focus. We're gonna move on to something else because this is a very ugly stain color. This section right here is like purple. It's very, very purple. And I don't love this. It's so purple. Like some of it's brown, but some of it's purple, which is weird because this is the color of our front porch. So I'm not sure what's going on with it, but it's purple and brown. I think I'm gonna go get a different stain color. I'm gonna have Brent go get a different stain color, something that is like almost black maybe, because this is not the vibe. And if you do it uneven, like so there's a light coat and then there was a heavy coat, and I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be that even with staining it. So I don't know about this stuff. This is the water base stain in poly and satin. We're gonna go with a different color. That's too purple for me. Okay, Brent's gonna go. He's gonna pick up a different color. It's weird. It looks better on camera. Like, I don't mind that on camera, but in real life, it's really ugly. So he's gonna go pick something else up. I mean, I don't love this orange color anyways, so anything is better than that orange color. That's not great. Anyways, while he's doing that, I'm going to, I gotta take this thing down. So let's take that down while we wait for him. So open in here now. That's so nice. I forgot what it was like because we've had that shade cloth up for a few months now, so this is really nice to be able to see this fully open. So good. Anyways, what I had gone in with were these little clips right here on my shade cloth because I'm sure I was going to get questions. These are from Bootstrap Farmer. I'll put these also in the link down below, but it looks so good, and it made it so everything like had a little bit of a breather from the heat. I know it's necessary. I just don't think shade cloth is the most beautiful thing, but this vegetable garden is coming along. Well, my cut flower garden is coming along. It's going to take me a minute to remember to call it the cut flower garden now because it's been vegetable garden for 5 years. Let's get this fence down and then we can stain. Brent just got back. Let me show you what he came back with. So he came back with this stain. It's called Ebony, and it's the Minwax, which I've never used Minwax before. So we'll see how this goes. It's supposed to be an oil-based stain. So he picked up some of this and then he picked me up some more gloves because I'm sure that some of them are gonna get snagged on this wood because this wood is a little bit rough. See, it looks great on camera, but you look at it in real life and it's purple. I don't mind that color. It's purple though. Okay, anyways, let's get this fence down and then I can stain this. It'll actually make it so it's a lot easier to stain this because I already have the sweet peas growing down below here. If I move this, if I left it there, I realized I was walking in the bed and it was not great. That is incredibly weird. I haven't seen that fence finished ever, and I haven't not seen a fence here also ever. Putting the fences up was one of the first things that we did for this vegetable garden, so this is really weird to me. It feels so open. Holy cow. I don't know how to feel about this. Okay. Anyways, I think eventually a new fence is going to go up, but we're going to go with something a little bit nicer. Instead of just like a plain picket fence, I want to go with something a little more traditional, I feel like. This is so weird. So not used to that. Okay. Obviously I need to paint the back of this bed. It was never an issue because you couldn't see it before. Now you can see it. I do want to find somewhere else for the bench to go. I was a little bit worried about spiders in there, which I did find one black widow while I was doing this and totally ruined my shoe. So I guess I'm gonna have to get new shoes too. Look at that, do you see that? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, let's stain those now. And then I think we're gonna be done. Actually, what I do want to do is one more thing. I forgot that I wanted to do this until right now. I want to move that rolled rim terracotta pot that's right there, and I want to put it just somewhere else. I might just like tuck it into that corner. And I think I want to put the herb rack thing that I had growing right there, and I can grow whatever I want right along there. And that's a great like use of that vertical space right there, because that was just kind of a empty shell. And so I think that that would be like perfect for that spot. Those look so good. I've only done 2 of them. I still have that last one to do, but they look so much better. So what I ended up doing, I don't recommend this, is I mixed the 2 stains together. One of them is a water base, one of them is oil base. You know, if you know anything about science, water, oil, they don't go together. So I kept having to shake it, and the consistency was a little bit thick. It was weird. So don't recommend mixing them, because after I did it, they came out a little streaky. But I did the ebony, and it was like not ebony at all, not even close to ebony. So I don't know how that happened. But then when I mixed them, I got this really kind of a nice dark color, but it's streaky. So let me show you guys what happened. So this right here is just the ebony. It's dark, it's okay. And then what I ended up doing was mixing the colors, and this is what it looks like. And you can see, like, do you see how streaky that is right there? So after I mixed them, they just kind of became streaky, which it's a garden piece, so I don't think it matters, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it. Like, look at it, so streaky. But I like the color better. I like how dark this one is. This one is much lighter. Like, you can see that piece of wood right there, much, much lighter. I did kind of like some of this, I went back over really, really lightly with more of the stain, but I do like the color better. I don't like the streakiness. And I have thoroughly covered my shirt in stain, so probably should have worn a different shirt, but I didn't. Live and learn. I guess this is going to be my new painting shirt, which is fine because I needed one. My last painting shirt shrunk somehow. No clue how that happened. Anyways, I'm going to take a break from that last one because my hand is cramping. Getting in there with that paintbrush was a pain in the butt. It's not the paintbrushes that I normally use. Normally I use like a $7 paintbrush, but when it comes to staining, I try to use everything as cheap as possible because I'm going to throw it away. The paintbrush that I normally love, I'm going to pop a picture up on the screen. It's my favorite paintbrush ever. I use it anytime I do any painting. I'll try to put a link to that one also, but that's what it is. I get it from Home Depot. So let's take a break from that and move that terracotta pot and set up that herb rack, because I think that that's going to be big impact immediately. That's going to help that area out. So Brent decided to help me. He's doing the staining on this one because I didn't want to do it anymore. And he decided to be real smart and tell me that this thing wasn't going to fit here. So I got a tape measure, and he was right. If I were to put it here, it would come out to about here, which this is already kind of a narrow-ish. Anyways, I think we're still going to do it. I feel like if we just kind of shove it in there, it'll fit. It's fine. Look at him. Poor little toad. Totally just destroyed his house. I'm so sorry. Oh, Brent's gonna be so happy that you're here though.
Oh my goodness, dude. Can we move you? Can I put you in a new house?
He's gonna pee on you.
I'm sorry I woke you up. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
He lied to me. It fits perfectly. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Doesn't even come into the door at all. I even measured it and it said that it was going to come into the door. Fits perfectly fine. We just can't feed the chickens. So this is the system that we use to feed the chickens, is this thing kind of screws off, which now I don't know how you screw it off. And then we put the food in there and then it goes down this like pipe right here, and it buys us probably about 4 or 5 days of feeding them. And then their water is hooked up to the irrigation right there on a like little trough. So the water's no issue, but the feeding, we might end up needing to move it to like this side right here, but then I'm gonna have plants there. And then I just moved the mint and the chives there, and I really like the look of the mint and the chives right there along the like windowsill. I think that's really pretty. So I might leave the chives and the mint right there. We'll see. Also, I want to talk about this. This is a cake stand that I often use as a like pollinator water station. So usually I fill this thing up with water. I usually throw a couple rocks in here, and you can see how hard our water is. This plate actually has a really pretty design on it that you can't see because our water is so hard. You can see it when it's wet. But it's got a really pretty design and I really like it. But I just use it for pollinators. I usually try to just stick it on the edge of a bed. It's usually actually on the corner right there. And usually just, I don't know, I grab the hose and I fill it, or I grab a watering can and I refill it. So it'll probably end up going back on this corner here because this little corner kind of stays shaded and cool. And then I moved the terracotta pot that was there over here, and I put them on bricks. I had them on the little pot feet, those things, and they're just too small. And so on the dirt, they would sink down into the dirt. So I just raised them up. So that way, what happens is the roots, they grow down and then they grow out of the bottom and then they grow into the ground. And I don't really want that. I've done it where I've moved pots because I do this very often. And then I kill whatever's in there because I moved the soil from the ground. So, or the root from the ground. So raised those up. That's really great. I think I need a trio. So I need like one more right there. I think that would be fine. But what I am going to do is just kind of like stack my terracotta pots just kind of on the ground right there. And then I need to go obviously do some shopping to fill out the plant rack right there. And I think I'm just going to find some like small annual things. Like I've got the rosemary in there, which I might pot up into the bigger one, and then find some things that stay smaller that I can just use in flower arrangements. Or this could just be a like really good herb wall or something like this. But this is going to get a lot more sun right there than it was getting over in that corner. And I think that it'll be like good to help with some of the heat retention for the chickens. So that should be another little plus. So I think we're good. He's finishing up the one and then we're going to be done. Another black widow. There's been so many this year. I just went and grabbed this watering can and there's one right at the bottom. We're going to take care of that. This is the third one today. Because I've been getting so many black widows, I feel like maybe I should talk about them a little bit. So black widows, they're super common in my area. I grew up with black widows everywhere. It was just kind of like common knowledge. Don't put your foot in a shoe because there's probably a black widow. Don't put your hand in gloves because there's probably a black widow. You know, you bang your shoes against the concrete, see if something crawls out, or you smash your shoe, which is what I always did growing up. And the lighting is terrible. And so I always look very carefully before I grab anything, especially this time of year because they're out in full force. So they're not super scary. I've never been bitten by one. When I was a kid, my cousin and I, we used to go black widow hunting. That was probably dumb. We were like 12, and we'd go hunt them and smash them. Anyways, they're not like, they don't attack. They're not gonna like jump after you. They're not super fast. Like you can get really close to them and they don't move. They're pretty timid actually. Unless you like full on grab one, they're probably not gonna bite you and you're not gonna have to worry about it. So it's not something that I personally like really worry about, but because I have the dogs and they're like noses and they always smell things, I just try to kill the black widows just to be safe. So yeah, and it's not something that, I mean, I'm not super worried about it, but just to put it out there, it's not like that scary to have the black widows on the property. Incredibly weird and how incredibly fabulous this looks now. The only thing left to do is that strawberry thing, which I think I might just pull the strawberries out of that and put them in like a terracotta pot, and just do like a small thing of strawberries. That thing is falling apart. Ever since we did that, it might have been too much weight, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Anyways, fence is down, cleaned the bench, re-leveled that, got all of these stained, and they look so good now. They don't like stand out, which is, I didn't want them to like stand out. I didn't want them glowing, but I wanted them to look decent. So they look decent now, which is really exciting. The thing fits over there. I've got my trio of watering cans. Those are the only 3 watering cans that I have left on the property. I used to have more than that, and I think Brent slowly dwindled me down. And then I did this menagerie here, which will be planted up, and this is just going to be like a holding spot for the terracotta pots. And then I have all of my plant labels right here. I love these. I will link these down below. I used to be so good at labeling everything. Like this is, and then this is the garden marker that I also use. This is a canna lily, which I have not had a canna on my property for probably 3 years. So this stayed on here for 3 years. This is the hydrangea little quickfire. Butterfly bush, lo and behold, ruby chip. I don't even know where that is. That might have died. Arborvitae, Hertz midget. Yeah, no, don't have that. That used to be over there, and I planted it before that rose was there, and that rose has been there for 3 or 4 years now. So that's why I love the garden marker. They Pennisetum, black stocking. That's the one that I call penstemon constantly. If you hear me say penstemon black stocking, I'm talking about pennisetum black stocking. I get them confused every single time. But garden marker with those copper tags, fabulous. And I thought this just kind of looked cute, even though I don't use them much anymore. I just thought it was really cute right there. And then I have a couple little plants up there. So I've got the mint and the chives, and I thought that that was perfect for those. That's just like kind of a sweet little spot for those to go. You know, using every little square inch that I can in this garden. So the mint and the chives, the trellises look so good. This one's a little crooked, gotta fix that. I love them being dark, and I absolutely love this being there. That's a way better use than having one terracotta pot right there. I can actually store my watering cans there, and I have, what, 6, 7 pots right there. So overall, very happy with how this looks now, especially the vents being done. Oh, that's so good. So that was a pretty easy day, and it was a pretty good day, and it all looks really good. Very happy with it, and it's nice. I'm loving being back here now. This place, I didn't want to be back here when I did all vegetables. It was just, it wasn't for me. This is so much better. These look so much better. Everything's better. It's better, 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 better. I'm gonna say better about 1,000,000 times. I should do like a count. How many times did I say better? Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for visiting our garden, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.